Detailed bid evaluation of bids. For the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects, the purpose of bid evaluation is to determine the lowest calculated bid using the following steps. Number 1, the BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the following. A. Completeness of the bid. Unless the instructions to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents including, where applicable, bill of quantities shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. In this regard, where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive. But specifying a zero or dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government. And B. Arithmetical corrections. Correct computational errors and omissions to enable proper comparison of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modification if expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustment shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. Number 2, the BAC shall evaluate all bids on an equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. For this purpose, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as, but not limited to, value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Number 3, in case of discrepancies between A. Bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. B. Total price of the item and unit price of the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. C. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. And D. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. And lastly, number 4, bids shall then be ranked in the ascending order of their total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors, and other bid modification to identify the lowest calculated bid. Total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. For post-qualification, these are the objective and process of post-qualification. Number 1, the lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Number 2, within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that the bidder has the lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid, the bidder shall submit to the BAC its latest income and business tax returns and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and is stated in the bidding documents. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of this IRR. Number 3, the post-qualification shall verify, validate, and ascertain the veracity, authenticity, and validity of all the Class A eligibility documents supporting the PhilJobs Certificate of Registration and Membership in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of this IRR, and all the other statements made and documents submitted by the bidder with the lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid using non-discretionary criteria as is stated in the bidding documents. These criteria shall consider but shall not be limited to the following. A. Legal requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in Section 25.3 of this IRR. For this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a consolidated file of all blacklisted suppliers, contractors, and consultants. B. Technical requirements to determine compliance of the goods, infrastructure projects, or consulting services offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, to 1. Verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience, and the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the project for the procurement of infrastructure projects and consulting services. 2. Verification of availability and commitment, and/or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating conditions of equipment units to be owned, leased, under purchase by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts, if any of these ongoing contracts shows. A. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or in negative slippage of at least 10% in each of two or more contracts. B. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. C. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Or D. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. If the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractors from the award for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Number 3. Verification and/or inspection and testing of the goods, product, after sales and/or maintenance capabilities in applicable cases, as well as checking the following. A. Delay in the partial delivery of goods amounting to 10% of the contract price in its ongoing government and private contracts. B. If any of these contracts shows the bidder's failure to deliver or perform any or all goods or services within the periods specified in the contract or within any extension thereof granted by the procuring entity pursuant to a request made by the supplier prior to the delay, and such failure amounts to at least 10% of the contract price. Or C. Unsatisfactory performance of the supplier's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. If the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the bidder's fault or negligence, the BAC shall disqualify the bidder from the award for the procurement of goods. Or ascertainment of the authenticity of the bid security and its correctness as to type, amount, form and wording, and validity period as required in the bidding documents. C. Financial requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and, whenever applicable, the required committed line of credit in the amount is specified and over the period is stipulated in the bidding documents, or the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. The determination of the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or the LCRB, or highest rated and responsive bid, or HRRB, is governed by sections 34.4 to 34.8 of the updated 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations, or IRR, of Republic Act Number 9184. Furthermore, Section 37 specifies the procedures for the notice and execution of award.